art.
Oh yeah! 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 Oh yeah!
Famous cartoonist says things.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Famous cartoonist draws things.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Famous cartoonist paints things.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Famous cartoonist Art Baltazar.
Yeah, man. Just pouring my soda in here. Some refreshment, some caffeine, some refreshing something to drink, as my kids would say. Daddy, can I have my something to drink? Well, welcome to Famous Cartoonist Says Things. This is episode 212. I'm redoing it, man. I tried streaming from outside today, and it didn't go quite well because I was on my iPad. It requires Wi-Fi, and I was low batterying it. I was low battery, and it was low storage. Everything was going wrong. Everything was working against me. So I deleted that video because it got choppy. Everything happened. It was started out good, but I will do that again. I like to record from outside. I like to live stream with Art. Live stream with Art. That's what, because I read this and he says, Art is live. Yeah, I wanted to record a show from outside because I thought that would be pretty cool. But didn't work out, man. Technical difficulties got me into this mess. As who said that? Will Smith said stuff like that. Look, I'm going to do this so you guys can see Artie Bee. See Artie Bee on my shirt? This is a little bit subtle, more subdued, if you will. Famous Cartoonist Says Things. You can see more of the screen because I'm going to show you things. So it's more like a Famous Cartoonist Reveals. But first, I'm going to swig this icy cold beverage. Something to wash this down. So after I did a live show, I tried to figure out my technical difficulties, and that was all the things I just said. But suddenly, Famous Cartoonist was hungry, so I fried up some breakfast sausage. I like to fry up sausages, and I made some sandwiches. I made sausage sandwiches because now I'm in my training and my treadmill, old guy movement. I got to do 30 minutes a day. Just that's what I do now. I wake up and do that. Wake up and have coffee. But I've been watching the Bad Batch in those 30 minutes. I've been watching Bad Batch episodes. Those are real cool. I dig them, man. I dig the Bad Batch. Look, I'm going to add a logo. Check this out. I'm going to add this to the corner. Watch. Bing! Famous Cartoonist and Oh Yeah Comics team up. Look at that. Because this weekend coming up is Free Comic Book Day in beautiful downtown Skokie. So I will be there. I will be with Joe. I will be with several other guests, including Kyle Feinrich. He'll be there. Feinrich. But he's our guy who works at the store too. He helps out. I saw his band last weekend. Really cool. He's a good man. But I will be there on Saturday. And on Sunday too, we do 2 Free Comic Book Days in a row. For our Sunday is for our Jewish friends because our store is in a Jewish community. And Saturday is the Sabbath. So not a lot of Jewish community people come to our store on Saturday. Probably not any of them. So and they said to us, hey, man, if you had an event on Sunday, we could come. So we do it on Sunday as well, which is real cool. Let me see, you guys are saying things. Andrew's the one watching. I am looking forward to Conan on Free Comic Book Day. Oh, cool, man. I'm not aware of which books will be out on Free Comic Book Day, but I will have a Dr. Seuss book. There will be a Dr. Seuss book with a preview of my book 2 of Cat and Hat. It's called Thing 1 and Thing 2 Have Homework to Do. So hopefully you guys will see that. But over the weekend, yesterday, I visited the Kane County Toy Show, and it was awesome. The night before, I got rest, and I said, man, if I'm going to meet my friends at 8 o'clock in the morning, I got to get rest. So I laid down. Oh, yeah, cool. See, communication, man, communication. I just sent out a bunch of text messages right now, and they're responding. The masses are responding. But I went out to Kane County Toy Show yesterday morning. But when the night before I laid down to sleep, and I couldn't get sleep, it wouldn't catch. It's like, wouldn't take. So I laid there for 2 hours, and I got up and said, I just have to go draw some stuff. So I ended up drawing from like all night long. I stopped drawing about 6 in the morning, took a shower, got ready, ate some food, and then I went to King County. I met my friends, which was really cool. They had like 6 barns. It was like 6 barns of cool like toys, action figures, vintage toys. The first 2 barns had all kinds of Star Wars stuff. Like if you wanted a Star Wars or wanted to start a Star Wars collection, and you had like $500 or $1,000 in your pocket to go buy your collection, you could have found everything yesterday at this show. The first 2 barns were loaded with Star Wars stuff. They had loose figures, like vintage ones, new ones, and I saw vintage figures for real good prices. A lot of them were under $10, and I saw carded figures for $10 and under, like of the newer guys. But there was everything there. They had the vehicles, and everything was pretty reasonably priced. There was a lot of vintage ships for there was that I need that Rebel Fleet Trooper ship. And I saw that a few times under $200, like $150, $160. I didn't buy it, didn't pull the trigger, as they say, but it was a really cool show. I really dug it. And I want to show you some stuff in those. Oh, look at. Oh, that's where the bee. That's where the little bee. I got a little bee. I got to scrape him off. I swatted a bee outside. I didn't swat him. I just shoot him. And he landed on my Chewbacca. But I took him. He didn't survive, though. But look at. I bought this Chewbacca. He was in the Star Wars first barn. They got like barns, like metal buildings. But I didn't know this thing existed. And I have a Mego here. Let me see. I always thought he was kind of Mego scale. Look at, here's what he is bigger. He's definitely not Mego scale. But here he is. Here's a Mego. So he's a little taller. But this guy, it turns out this guy was part of the Forces of Destiny line. They had like the girls. They were mostly girl figures, like Rey and Leia and Kira from Han Solo. They had those characters, and I think they might have had the Mandalorian girl from Ahsoka. I forget her name, but the one who paints her helmet and stuff. They had a figure of her, but it was based off of those cartoons, those Forces of Destiny cartoons. And I saw this guy. I didn't know they made this guy. This guy's from that series. And I know I like those. I like the figures, but it was like they look cool. I thought they were Mego scale, but they're a little bit taller than Megos. I think they're like 10 inches. This guy might be like 12 inch, but they were real cool. But I didn't buy it because they didn't have all the characters. I wanted a Luke Skywalker and Boba Fett and stuff. But then they came out with a Luke Skywalker, and he was in the black robes, black cape, green lightsaber, of course. But I could never find him. I just didn't find him. And I didn't even know they made this guy. And they started making 2-packs where Leia came with a little R2. I don't know if they made 3PO, but I saw him yesterday, and he was cool, man. He was with all those. Oh, and he does that too. Listen, he's laughing. Yeah, he has things to say. What else, Chewbacca? So he's cool, man. I saw him, and I had to have him. And he's got a real good body under this fur. He's real articulated. He doesn't feel like delicate. He's got Bigfoot feet, like, and I just discovered that. So he's cool. I want to find the Luke Skywalker because they have like their faces are a little cutie, but like they're not accurate to the movie. But there's Forces of Destiny short cartoons on Disney Plus. So I watched a few today. They're only like 3 minutes long, but they're cool. So I picked up this guy in a Star Wars tent. So he was cool. And Philip A. Buck is here. Hello, Philip. And Anthony says, did they have any Dead Star places? I did see the Dead Star. I saw the Dead Star on display, and I saw a mint in box one. Or maybe not mint, but it definitely in box. The box was beat up. Dead Star? What do you got? He thought that was funny. So that's cool. Have you considered streaming on Kick and Twitch at the same time? Just a suggestion. They push your streams to more people than YouTube. I'm on Twitch right now. So I'm definitely on Twitch. But the thing with Twitch is once you're not live, it doesn't save the stream. So right now, people can watch me. Once in a while, I'll get a comment from Twitch. But YouTube, I like YouTube. I put it up there and it stays. But I know YouTube likes when you make videos rather than live streams. Swig for YouTube. But if you're on YouTube right now watching me, I'm going to say those things. Why don't you like and subscribe? It sure helps the channel. I know people say that when I watch their videos, so I know I have to say that. But look at that. The Chewbacca is a great conversationalist. Yeah, there he is. Yeah, he's cool. He's cool, man. And then I walked around some more. I met my friends and we walked around and I found this I found like a Mega, like everything. I think they put the similar guys together, similar dealers. Like all the Star Wars guys are in one barn, and all the like vintage 60 toys are in one, and like G.I. Joe guys are together. I think they do that. I'm not sure. I could be wrong, but I picked up this guy too. Picked up a Cyclops from Famous Cover from Toy Biz. And I have all these guys, but a lot of times I buy them to make them into Mego custom. So the head is in proportion to Mego. See, they're Mego scale, but these guys are slightly bigger, but their heads are similar. See the head? See when they look at each other? Hello. Oh, they can't do that. But the heads and stuff is Mego scale. Like, so I'll probably use this guy's head and his belt to convert him to Mego. And that's what I'm probably going to do. Because all these guys that I bought, these Famous Covers, I transfer them to Mego bodies and just make them look better. Because he's kind of big. He's got big hands. And look at his hand. Look at how big it is. Hello, everybody. His hand's just giant. It's like his hand's bigger than his face. So they look cool. They move really well. I like that the bodies stay. I never saw a broken one. Like not unlike other figures. There's always something broken. This guy's never broken. But look at his boots come off. Let's see. I never took it. Robert, watch me break him. No, I can't even get his boot off. No, it's on there, man. It's not coming off. That's because it's never been off his shoe in like 20 years. But this guy's cool, and he's pretty good. It goes with him. So if I make him into Han Solo, that might be better. What you think, Chewbacca? Yeah, Chewie likes it too. And then I bought this guy similar, close by him. I bought this. Even though I have this guy, but I like these Mattel Megos. These are real cool. The quality of these is excellent. Like the costumes and the heads, just the body's floppy. I'll take them out of here eventually, but I have like maybe 3 or 4. Maybe this guy's my 4th one, but I know I bought 2 right off the bat, and then I got one because he was cheap enough. But this guy was only $10, so I'm like, I'll take him. I should have bought all of them, but the other ones were Green Lantern guys, and they're just not exciting. I think the Green Lantern wave kind of killed this whole momentum of this because Green Lantern's movie came out, and then no one wanted the characters. And they were all like, it was Jon Stewart, it was Kyle Rayner, Sinestro, and Guy Gardner. But nobody wants those guys. They should have made like Hawkman, or even the Atom would have been better, or Firestorm, something like that. But they didn't, and that's why that was the last wave to come out, I believe. But these guys were cool. I really like them. And again, I take these guys apart and put them on Mego bodies. So both of these guys will become custom fodder, if you will. But those are cool, man. I got good deals on this stuff. And then one of the cool things I bought. Oh, my stuff's falling. Can't pile stuff up too high. But one of my things I bought, I'm a big Superpowers fan. I love, dropping stuff. Stuff's falling, man. Running out of counter space here. But I'm a big fan of Superpowers. Oh, you guys seen it already. But I'm a big fan of Superpowers. And this is the last guy I needed. The Golden Pharaoh. It's the Golden Pharaoh. He's one of the most rare figures to buy in the Superpowers line. He came out in the last wave, like with Cyborg and Plastic Man and Shazam and some of the Dark Side guys, maybe like that guy with the removable face. I think it's Cyclone, but I don't have. I caught Cyclone, but I don't have his face. His face fell off. That was the most commonly lost thing. But this guy's real expensive. But he's this guy goes for like $300 loose. But this guy I got without his working mechanism. So usually you squeeze his legs and his arms will go up, like he'll spread his fabulous wings here. But the mechanism inside this guy is not in there. He fell apart and he's floppy. He's like, his body's, if I squeeze his leg, it'll fall apart. His whole body will come apart. So I have to glue his torso together. So right now I could just hold him gently, but I can't, if I start moving him, he'll fall apart. But he's not broken. He's just not attached very tightly. So I'll have to put a dab of glue on him to make him solid. But he still displays like this. I could still put him on a shelf next to Cyborg and all those other guys. But he's cool, man. And the cool thing, this is the Golden Pharaoh, and this character was created by Kenner for the Superpowers, DC Superpowers line. And I don't know why they created him, but Kenner was starting to create their own guys. I think it was like so they can own them. Like at that time, there were He-Man figures, and Mattel was creating He-Man. So his legs are real tight. I don't even want to bend. This leg bends, see, but this one doesn't, and it's real tight. I don't know if it was glued. It might have been. This guy seems like he'd been through some repairs, but I got him real cheap. I got him for $40, which wasn't bad since I never saw him before for sale in all these years. But this character was created by Kenner for the Superpowers line, and I think his only appearance was in the Superpowers miniseries by Jack Kirby. And so when me and Franco were writing Superpowers, we put him in there too. So his second appearance is in the Superpowers book I drew. Like, and me and Franco wrote stories. I drew the comic, so he's in there too, and which is really cool. So this guy's near and dear to me. Special, the character's special. I like him. I like the history of him, and I'm not sure if anyone still owns this guy. It's probably DC Comics, but I'm not sure if they co-own him with Hasbro. Kenner, because Kenner got bought by Hasbro. I'm not sure what the deal is, but no one's ever uses this guy. He's probably in the DC universe, but I think I'm going to take this character, twist him up a little bit, and make him my own. So maybe you'll see him in Powers in Action, but I think I'm going to call him the Fabulous Pharaoh, or the Fabulous Pharaoh, something like that. But he's cool. He's probably the most fabulous character in the DC Comics with his gold glistening skin. And so I see people do this when they want to focus. Will he focus? I don't know. But he's cool. I like him a lot. So I'm going to put him in maybe a bad guy, right? If he shows up as a bad guy, maybe, or some cosmic being. Or I already have my guy called the Amulet. Oh, that would be cool. What if he transforms into this guy? Because Amulet's a guy who, every time he gets more powers, he transforms the way he looks. Because he used to be human and fleshy, like Captain Marvel, Shazam. And then he got cosmic powers, and it turned him like orangey yellow skin with orange hair, red hair. Almost like he's like a cosmic guy. And it changed his outfit a little bit, and he wears a cape. Maybe if he changes again, he'll lose his hair and become this guy. I don't know. That might be kind of fun. I think I'm gonna do that. You know what? I'm gonna do that. Look at my best thing. The best thing I really liked that I found was I was walking around and I saw, like I said, each barn kind of had a theme. They weren't like, you could find Star Wars figures all over, and there was like 6 barns. It was a few of them were houses. They called one the doll house, and it's not what you think. It's not that kind of dollhouse, but it was a cool place. So wait, I got a moisture. Okay, we're good. So one of the houses had a lot of toys from the 60s, those soap bottles, soaky bottles, and just like squeaky toys. But I found a table that had peanuts, guys. Look at, I found this little guy, this little bitty, an itty bitty Charlie Brown. Hey, Chuck, I found this guy. And I looked through like all their little, she had like those Avon, like these guys. I found a bunch of these guys. These guys were there, these Avon guys. And, oh man, let me see. Oh yeah, here he is. I saw this exact guy. I saw this exact Linus. And I forgot what the prices were on, but they were cool. And I looked around and I kept seeing more and more stuff like this from the 60s, which is really cool. And I found this guy in her little case. And this guy on the bottom, it says, you can't see it, but it says from 1960, which is kind of awesome. So he's special. He's real cool because at the time they were making Peanuts toys, they casted everything in white. See, like white, and they just had to paint his shirt in the stripe. And this guy's cool because he's orange, black, and brown. So his little highlights on his face are brown, which is not faded, but that's just the paint. You guys can't see, but I'll put a picture on my Facebook later on, and it'll say I have a little Charlie Brown and you don't. And people say, "Hey man, that's so mean, Baltazar." But those are cool. Let me see what you guys are saying. Philip A. Buck says he couldn't be the Amulet's rival like a Sinestro. Oh, he could be Amulet's rival. Ooh, like Sinestro or Black Adam to him. Yeah. You know what it could be? Where right now, my Amulet character had to fight Darkstorm. And before Amulet had the powers, Darkstorm had the powers, but he abused them, and the Sorcerer took the powers away. And it's a little bit like Black Adam and Shazam, but now I could do like maybe he's connected to the Sorcerer, and then he attacked. That's a good idea, man. I'm gonna do that. But he can't be called the Golden Pharaoh. He'll look like this, but maybe I'll make his skin purple, because Amulet's skin is already like orangey yellow like this. But maybe I'll make him purple skin and do him similar like this, because this is a real character. This is something I could redesign and not get caught. No one will catch it. They'll say, "Hey, that looks like Golden Pharaoh," and I'll say it's not him though. Said the Pharaoh, not the Charlie Brown. Speaking of, that peanut merch is rad. Thanks, man. Yeah, I knew what you meant. But I did pick up 2 bald guys. 2 bald guys and 2 guys with brown hair. Yeah. So that's cool. But I hung out with my friends. Oh, he's laughing again. I definitely have to make a YouTube short with him. But right now we must swig. Now it's time to swig. Oh, that's beautiful and refreshing. I really needed that refreshment. Because I came home yesterday so exhausted because I did an all-nighter. And then I walked around from 8 a.m. till 2 and barely ate. I was starving, but I was hanging out with my friends, good friends, Austin Huff and Scotty Pierce. You might know them from Power Comics fame. And I know them from collecting Migos. So I met my 2 buddies at Migo Meet over the years. And I got to hang out with them. So before I left, or after the show, I mean, we went and had pizza and stuff, and it was cool, man. Cool hanging out with guys, just hanging out with the guys in the restaurant, talking about comics and toys and just Star Wars and stuff. But they gave me a bunch of comics, the Masters. I have these. So before I left, they said, "Hey, man, here's some samples." And we referred to comics like that as physical comics, which is kind of odd. I knew what they meant. Would you like some physical comics? I'm like, yeah. And, I thought physical meant rated R comics. No, I didn't. But these are cool. But I like these characters. Like Spinner, I think the top, but that's Black Owl. And I don't know, I forgot this guy's name is. I think it's Spinner or Twister, something like that. But he gave me all of these. I got number 4, but he does multiple covers. This is cover B of number 4. And I got cover A of issue 3. There's Black Owl and the Golden Airman. Yeah. And then I got number 2, cover A. They're at a museum. They're about to get attacked. The art came alive. He took his girlfriend. But then I got two covers of Super Joe. Look at these. These are cool. Super Joe, number 1. Well, 2 covers, different covers. This is cover A and cover D. So that means B and C are still out there. But when I was a kid, there was this character called the Shield that was like a G.I. Joe action figure. They were kind of like, they weren't 12-inch, they weren't 8-inch. They were like in between G.I. Joe and Mego. And that's what this story's about. It's based off of those characters, Super Joe from that Mego era, which are really cool. I dig these, man. These are real fun. And look at the interiors. So now I got to tell Austin I promoted them. So find them, man. They're from Power Comics. Yeah, man. If you guys want to, you could. I have comics for sale too on my Electric Milk website, electricmilkcomics.com. You guys know that. Hey, man, we're here to support you, man. But this is a really cool character. I'm gonna rework him. I don't know what to call him yet. But maybe Fabulous, Fabuloso. I don't know. But Pharaoh, I'm not sure if he's a Pharaoh. He doesn't look like that. He doesn't. Well, maybe he's Egyptian. But yeah, he's cool. But it'd be cool if they brought him into DC Comics to fight Black Adam. That'd be cool. He'd be a cool like an ancient god that they awakened, that he woke up. They awakened him or awoken him, and he awakened to cause havoc on the world for people taking his powers. Well, maybe that's my story. Yeah, he's cool. I'm going to use him. I'm going to use him in my comics in the future. People are going to say, hey, man, you can't do that. You can't take that guy. You don't belong to you, Balthazar. But I'm going to do that. Yeah. I think I missed D. Brad. D. Brad and Danny W. Maybe they're here. But I tried to do a live stream earlier from my yard, and it didn't quite go too well. All the stuff I was trying to do backfired, man. It backfired on me. But that's okay. You know what? I'm going to draw some wrestlers right now. I have a comic page put up, ready to go, and I'm going to ink. So it won't be as boring as me lettering the page. So you guys ready? Here we go. Let's go. Oh, yeah, man. Let's go. Let's go. Philip A. Buck agrees. He says, those Masters covers have a great classic vibe, the Super Joe 2. Yeah, man, I like them. They feel like they're from X-Men, Giant Size X-Men #1 era. And I told my friend, he asked me if I read them. I said, yes. And he asked me what I thought. And I said, well, the good thing is they didn't suck. They were actually good. Like, actually, people say it was actually good. They could just say it was good, but I said that to him because I said, I read these books and they read like a comic. I didn't get bored, and I started it and read the whole thing. And like, I didn't get bored. It felt like I was reading a fun book. And that was a compliment. That's the best compliment, because it's real hard sometimes to write a comic book that keeps people engaged from page 1 to the end. And it's not easy to do, because how many times have we watched TV shows and you get bored with it, or you read a comic book and you're like, oh, I'll read this later. I'll read this later when I'm awake or when I have coffee or something. And that happens a lot. And I told him that the book was good. I didn't need to stop. I just read it and it was real fun. I enjoyed it. And so he liked that compliment. And but it was cool hanging out with my pals yesterday, hanging out with the boys a little bit. So that was real cool. I had fun, man. But hanging out at that show, man, it beat me up, man. I'm all wrecked up from the neck up, tore up from the feet up, So, but it was good. It was real fun, and I got to hang out with my friends. So, got to look at toys, got to buy stuff, and it's fun because like we're all looking for. All my friends are all looking for different things, and my friend Scotty found a few real cool figures. He found Kojak. He found a Kojak action figure, and he found two real good things. Or you think he found like a mint condition Thing action figure. That was pretty awesome. He found that, but like the stuff he buys compared to the stuff I buy is real cool. But like, I like that when people find stuff that they've been looking for, and there's always a story. When you find something, it's always like, I've been looking for this for years and I could never find a mint on card or whatever. But I thought that was cool. I'm glad he found some stuff. How's that tail look? I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it, man. I was going to change it, but I'm going to leave it. So it's cool to see when people find stuff, I like that. And I just go there. I just go to the toy show to shop just to see what's going on. And I was able to pick up some cool stuff. Hey, man. Yeah. We're going to say, what stuff, man? I missed it. I came in late. It's all right. Maybe I'll recap at the end. Should I recap again? What does Chewbacca think? You can hear him talk. But I definitely have to do a live, or not a live, a short. I've been doing these YouTube shorts that are real fun. Yeah, real fun, Baltazar. I know, the critic was there. I avoided the critic most of the time this weekend. But man, he was there. He was there a few times. He knew where I was. He sent his critic commandos to go get me. You never know, man. But the cool thing about shopping at the same show every year is you get to know a lot of the dealers. That's pretty fun. And they remember me. And they remember me when I tell them what I bought. They're like, oh, I remember that. I remember you bought that. But that's kind of cool. It's cool, man. It's cool, Daddy-O. Putting his mask on here. Yeah, great show, Baltazar. Let's see. I had a friend. I had a friend the other day and said, I watched your show, and the first thing I heard is, you suck, Baltazar. I'm like, yeah, I know. It's my people. My people tell me I suck. Now it's the critic. People used to tell me I sucked, but then they're like, they went away. You still suck. Yeah, all right, let me see. Let me see. Feels like you're in gym class when they say, Baltazar. There he is. It's that Baltazar guy. I know who you are, man. You do, eh? You know who I am. Do you know? But I had a good time, man, hunting for toys. That was real cool. But I got tired. And I think my friends caught on, too, when I kept finding chairs. I need to sit down. I need to sit. Especially when they found a friend. Like if you know a dealer and they end up talking to him, I would ask the dealer, hey, man, can I sit in your chair for a little bit? While you're discussing things with my friend, would you mind if I sat down for a minute? Because I am in some pain. Need to rest the dogs. Is that what they say? The dogs are barking. But it was my ribs because I had that backpack filled with toys. And I had my sketchbook in there. I should have left my sketchbook at home. It would have been a little lighter. But then I don't know what to do with myself. I say, self. If myself said, hey, man, what do you want to do? I would say, like, I don't know what to do with myself. I don't know, man. That's a dumb joke, Balthazar. I know, but someone will say it. Someone's laughing right now. Self? I don't like this either. So I'm trying to make this curve look like that. There you go. So maybe I'll edit this a little bit. See, I'm self-editing right now. That's how the famous one wins Eisners. You can't just go with the first one and say it's good enough. You got to like fix it, man. See, I didn't want it to connect. There you go. See, it doesn't connect to the hand. Cause any eye damage when you look. Your eyes are struggling. See, now that's better. I still don't like it. Oh, it's fine. It looks good. I know it's missing. That's why it's missing these antlers. Antlers, these antenna. Ants. It's like an ant. It's like you have a, what if you have an ant Etta? My Aunt Etta? No. Enna? Enya? Aunt Enya? Antenna? No. Auntie Tina? I don't know. I got to work on that more. Got to work on it. It's not working, Balthazar. No, look, he got thrown. He's throwing them. They said, enough of this little bug creature. Creature of the night. Enough. Enough is enough. That's what he said. He's going to throw him over here. You can't get rid of me that easy, Balthazar. I never want to get rid of the critic. Critic keeps me sharp. Keep you sharp. There he is. I'm going to put a gloves on. He is like a glove. He has a wristband and a glove. He's saying throw. Throw. So he's like, yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. But I like this right here. I got to fix that. See what I did? I was getting reckless, man. Fix it, Balthazar. It's not what I'm paying you for. You know, people want quality. People want quality, so I have to give them quality. You choking? Yeah, if you don't choke before this show's over. No, I'm not going to choke. Let's see. Be a little more streamlined. Streamlined? It's not an airplane, man. All right. Let's see. Yeah, that's a little better. Oof. He threw him. I'm even going to let everyone know that he threw him by putting the sound effect. Throw. What's wrong with you, Balthazar? You seem lively. Yeah, man, I had got some sleep and I had some coffee. I didn't even brew a fresh pot. It was leftover coffee. That's how good it was. It was sitting. It was festering. The coffees fester. They fester. They stew. They bake. So the caffeine's really baked in there and the coffee tastes good. So I'm going to make a fresh pot after this because I'm feeling the energy, man. I see you, Danny W. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah. Yes, man. There's a lot of things happening in the world of the famous one here. El famous one. I just watched while I was cooking. I had to make some breakfast sausage because I was like, man, famous cartoonist needs to eat. Famous cartoonist eats things. So I made some breakfast sausage. And while I was cooking, I watched some Netflix wrestling with John Cena and Cody Rhodes. Man, that was a good intro. The promo of them two yelling at each other on the mics. But they were in Germany. It's an older one from March. But they were in Germany. And the crowd was, man, it was the best I've ever saw crowd interaction. Like, they were real cool. It's like the crowd had a script. And they were chanting all the same stuff. But that was real cool. So if anyone asks me a good sample of crowd reactions when they say pops, they call it crowd pops. I can't wait to show my son that because he'll dig it. He's like, hey, man, that's pretty good, man. That's what he's going to say. Just like Sammy. That's right. My son talks like Sammy. But he graduates in like 2 weeks or something like that. A week from Free Comic Book Day. Hey, man. Free Comic Book Day, man. So if you're in the Chicago area, there's a beautiful downtown Skokie. This Saturday is Free Comic Book Day. Around the world, around the globe, in this nation. I don't know if it's around the world, but it's definitely in the United States and possibly Canada, where retailers and creators alike, they get together to celebrate the masses and free comic books for everyone. So make sure you go to your local comic, your LCS, if you will, and spec is high, and support the shop and the creators. We will be at beautiful downtown Skokie at Aya Comics. We have guests as well in the New York store and Muncie, Indiana, and that'll be real cool. And the following week after that is MuncieCon. I won't be at that one. I'm sorry to inform, but my kid is graduating college, so I need to go see that. And that's an epic milestone in our family, where the grandson of Grandpa who went to school and the son that went to school, this is the first generation. I don't know if it is, but I'm going to say it. It's the first generation where 3 generations in a row all got their degrees or certificates or whatever it is. That's kind of cool. I think that's special. That's a historical event in the Baltazar family bloodline. The pure Baltazar. Yeah, Baltazar, we get it. Yeah, I must be proud, Baltazar. I know. He finished in 4 years, what took me 5 years. It took me almost 5 years to finish college, but I did it. My son did it in 4, maybe less. He probably took more classes than he need to, but now he's graduating. It's cool. It's real fun. There's a lot of cool plans. I like talking to my guy about his plans because he's ready to go. He's ready to attack the world. He's going to sell famous cartoonists. Chef Gordy is going to be out there cooking up his beats. Cook this, Baltazar. Man, the critic is harsh, man. He's always out to get me. Oh, you don't know when I get you. Man, all right, let's see. Does the BAM show up? Bam. I'm going to move it over. It's getting covered up. Oh, only if I use a proper tool. I'm going to move it over because there's a lot of space here. See, like that? You can see it a little better. Bam! Right there, maybe even more. Maybe right there. Yeah, right here. And watch this. I'm going to enlarge it. I'm going to enlarge this too. You can't do that, man. I'm going to watch. Bam! Oh, it's very dangerous to be an action cat right now in this comic. You're getting hit with all kinds of stuff, including your best buddy. When someone throws your best buddy at you, that's bad. It's like the fastball special, but different. Like the fastball special, but it's more like a hit by pitch. More baseball references, sports guy. I know, man. Sorry. Probably lost some of you with that reference. I don't know what he's talking about. What does he mean? I don't know. Look at that. Does that look cool? I'm going to push these words closer. Really paying attention to these words. I know, man. They need more attention. Yeah, look at that. That's cool. Now I'm going to move it closer to this and watch this final maneuver. Move it in here like that. Now, the moment you've been waiting for. I'm going to make this even bigger. Now it's closer. Yeah, like it's making a difference, Baltazar. It is. Bam. It gets very, very nasty for our heroes in the next few panels. Bam. Bam, bam, bam. And I just watched John Cena. That was pretty cool. John Cena and Cody Rhodes fighting, arguing back and forth. Poof. There it is. Bam. I'm going to save it. I'm going to swig, and I'm going to read some comments because you guys are here. You guys are here, large and in charge, and the comments went past my screen, so I know there's more than one. Well, yeah, those masters. Here it is. Let's go over this. I'm getting text too. Whoa. Something's happening, man. Wait. Oh yeah, cool. I'm getting with Danny W, and I'm getting text from the store. So man, I just outed the people who text me, and I apologize. It says those Masters covers have a great classic vibe. Yeah, man, they're cool. Look at this. Sketch Mints is here. Hello, Sketched. Hello, Minty. So you are here. I'm trying to move my Chewbacca because he's in the way of my keyboard. There you go. I'm moving him back. All right, that's better. Sketch Mints is here. It's time for a swig. Wolfie says, hello. Oh, yeah, popping in real quick while on lunch break. Yeah, man, the pop-in. Wolfie's good at the pop-in. Pop-ins are welcome all the time, anytime. And D. Brad says, oh, yeah, man, you're back. D. Brad is back as well. I'm glad that you didn't miss me, man. I tried to stay on as much. I showed the toys again. If you missed them in the beginning of the show, I showed my toys again. The guys that bought like Cyclops. I bought more guys. But I tried recording earlier and it all went bad. The sound went bad. It's because my iPad started losing energy and then the Wi-Fi got real goofy. So I know that I cannot use my iPad to go in the yard. It only works in the house or a place that has Wi-Fi. I record the shows from my iPad in the stores and that works, but not outside. Did the Kojak come with his famous lollipop? Yeah, man. The Kojak my friend bought was still in the package. It had the lollipops. It has cigars and cigarettes. It had glasses. It had a whole bunch of stuff. It had his hat. It was really cool. It looked good. It looked really cool. Hey, Wolfie, Sketch Mints and all. Philip A. Buck is all up in here. He's saying hi to people. See, you just spreading the love for hellos. Danny says, you should go see the movie Sinners with your lovely wife, Rose. It's a great date movie. Really? Sinners. Is it a horror movie? Or is it Unforbidden Love? Unforbidden or Forbidden Love? Where they go off and sin? Is it premarital? Is it a premarital love-making movie? Because that's what I heard was a sin. But I heard it was, but I say do it anyway. But yeah, maybe. A lot of times we don't want to sit in the theater. I know she likes to come home and watch stuff on the couch on her big chair. She has a big TikTok chair. She sits in there and watches stuff. But we usually go out. We always go out with intentions to do a bunch of things. And then we go out to dinner and then we just want to go home. And or we'll get ice cream or something more. We'll just drive around and look at stuff, but won't get out of the car. So it's kind of fun. But we walked around the park this last time. We held hands and stuff too. It was real cool. She loves me. I know because she says yes every time we go out. Yeah. But it's good. Well, maybe that's a good suggestion, sir. We'll go check it out. We'll do things. We'll do things, man. And speaking of, I don't know. Yeah, a long time to get to it, Baltazar. Yeah, I know. Speaking of going out on dates and finding Chewbacca.
How you doing, Chewbacca?
I know, I just had to do that. Speaking of Chewbacca, we're going to get back in the drawing. I'm going to do another swig real quick. That was a good swig. The swig, the spec is high on the swig. The swig was good. I got to move Cyclops now because he's in the way. So I put all these toys in my keyboard area. Why do you do that, man? I don't know. It's just showing the masses, man. Don't get mad because I was showing the masses. Work on deadlines. That's the best thing, man. I'm doing a bunch of stuff right now. I'm doing a lot of paginating. And that is what you do when you put pages in order. Like you get them ready for printing. So I have a potential new printer that I'm going to be using. And I'm getting books ready. So it's real fun. I'm doing a lot of cool stuff right now with comics. And a lot of it is my own. Well, all of it is my own characters. So I'm taking my time with a lot of this stuff because I don't need the stress and deadlines. But a lot of this stuff is not happening until a little bit. But this next book is going to be this wrestling book. So I'm getting this done as soon as I can. So I'm putting all my energy and concentration into this book right now, which will be real cool. I can't wait, man. This is going to be fun. This is a good book. Long time coming, as they say, as people say in the biz, long time coming. So this will be real cool. I'm working on this, and I'm working on several other things. But my Yogs book comes out in August. My Cat in a Hat book comes out in September. And my Flash Gordon Volume 2 comes out in November. Man, I don't know what it is, man. When I talk a lot, I run out of air. I just have to breathe. Balthazar, breathe. But so the Flash Gordon book only features, I'm only in there for like 11 pages. So, but it's still one of my books. And I did the cover. So it's still cool. It's still special. I'll still have copies for sale on my website. But I didn't contribute a lot because at the time I couldn't because of the deadlines crunches. But that's okay. I'll make it. It'll be fun. But I got more projects coming up. I will announce some things soon because I gotta wait for. If I announce things too soon, then people say, "Hey, man, remember a year ago when you said that thing?" So I gotta wait until I know for sure when things are happening. Know what I mean? Know what I mean? But I'll definitely be at San Diego Con, and I'll be in New York. Those two things. I'll be at Terrificon. That's what Mitch told me so far. I'll be there. But it's not, I don't have the official things yet, but I know he said I'm coming. And then I'll be in Cincinnati. If you're in the Cincinnati show this year, I'll be there. And I know they changed venues. They have a new building. I'm not quite sure where it is at this juncture, but I'm going there too because I got confirmation from them. But I don't think they said anything online yet about me joining the team, joining the group. And right now I have my new Comic Books for Kids book issue on my website. In the description, of course. But that one's for sale. And just since E212, Comic Books for Kids appointed me as advisory chairman. This is true. They did an announcement right before C2E2. But since C2E2, Mark Weiss, the founder of Comic Books for Kids, came to my house. We hung out. We had beverages on the deck. And he told me in person that my advisory board chairman status has been upgraded to chairman of the board status. Yes. I'm like, cool. He asked me if I want to do that. And I said, yes. So no longer advisory. Now I'm chairman, board chairman. Isn't that cool? I think that's real fun. And I was honored when he told me that's what he would like to do. And I said, okay, let's go. Let's do it. So I thought that was cool. You heard it here first, folks. But it's on a website, like one of the websites that covers comic books for kids. I think is that ICV2. I don't know what that means, but that's what the site is called. And they showed my cover for Comic Books for Kids issue 2. So that's real cool. I like this. Bam! He threw him. And look at right here. He's got his leg. He's going to throw him like John Cena. Even better. He's even better than John Cena because it's Christopher Daniels. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. Ba, ba, da, ba. You guys like this? I just go live. I was like, I'm going to draw anyway. It doesn't really slow me down. It adds to the mystique, to the ambiance, man. Like, yeah, your shows are great, Balthazar, but you talk too much. Like, man, you don't need to go live to draw. Just record it. I know. I've been doing that too, man. I started some recordings, but I didn't like the way they came out. I kind of like feeling like when people are watching, it feels different. You know? People are watching this. They watch the other ones too. I get just as many views as going live as I do from when I upload a video. So I'm like, I'm just going to do this. I'm going to go live. Because I was going to do I recorded a show of me revealing my toys. I recorded it, but I didn't like it. It was after the internet wasn't so good. My live show wasn't good because it was crackling and things. Crackling. And then I came in and I recorded one from outside. And it did the same thing, the sound. And then I'm like, nah. Then I recorded one right before I went live right now. I recorded it on, you see this right here. It looked like this. It was just indoors. And I didn't like that either. So I just went live. Try it again. Try it again. That's what I did, man. I did it for you guys. I did it for D. Brad, Danny W., and Philip A. Buck. Even Troy's on here sometimes. I did it for you guys. I did it for Johnny, man. Do it for Johnny. I did. Johnny Suntress. Do it for Johnny, man. I killed him, boy. I killed him. Remember that? It was a good movie. All right, let's see what we got. Let's see. All right, yeah, man. 2 panels. Done. Boom, boom, boom. This middle panel is going to be all colored like with starburst, kind of like. So I don't need a background for that. So I'm going to do it in the coloring. But here's Awesome Bear. I'm going to ink them. This is the funnest part for me is when I get to this inking part. This is the part I like the best. Like it always takes me longer to lay out and edit. Or layouts are cool, but it feels like I'm not getting anywhere when I'm drawing the book. Like I could draw 5 pages in a day or maybe more, and then it doesn't feel like I accomplished until I start inking. You know? Because when I ink, I feel the difference. Especially when I color too. But coloring is cool too because I can just watch stuff or listen to. I like to listen to live streams. Just listen to stuff, listen to music. I hear a lot of music. I'm into Spotify, or as I like to call it, Spotify. I like to listen to stuff on Spotify. It's not how you say it, Baltazar. Every time I say Spotify, people correct me. Well, that's what it says, right? Spotify. So I listen to Spotify, and then I get a lot of pages done because I just rock out, man. Put some Olivia Newton-John on, and I'm good all night. I can't rock out to Olivia. I know, but I do. I find a way. Muskrat Susie, Muskrat Sam from Captain and Tennille. But I have so much on. I have so much on my playlist that it's so weird because I'll listen to my shuffle on my liked songs. Will have like it'll happen like Olivia Newton-John, and then Red Hot Chili Peppers will play next, and then Muskrat Susie will play, and then I'll hear like Les and Jake. I'll hear something real heavy, then real something real like, what? Why do you have that? I have a lot of Olivia Newton or Tony Orlando. I have a lot of Tony Orlando. I'm a fan of all this stuff. I just like all kinds of music. I just enjoy it all. So it's kind of fun. Especially when the shuffle plays. I never know what's coming up because now I have over 1,000 songs, maybe 1,500 songs. So I have more, Baltazar. I know, man. I just kind of started about 5 months ago. But I paid the premium one. So there's no repeats or there's no commercials, whatever they say. You know what the kids say today. I'm doing everything the kids say to do. But all the stuff I'm learning is from my kids. Because I do stuff and then my daughter will take it and say, here, Dad, here's how you do it. Or here, use this app. That's how I make shorts. She showed me how. And I've been making shorts. YouTube shorts. Why would they call them shorts, not skirts or t-shirts? YouTube t-shirts. It's not what they mean, man. You know it. Like, I know. I do know it. It's not funny, dad jokes. Save for the pod. Save for the pod. It's fun. It's fun stuff, man. It's like doing stuff. Look at that. I just inked the bear. I'm gonna ink this cape. That's it. Look at that. He looks good. Gotta put his toes. Gotta add his toes to needs toes, man. First line looks a little funky. Funky if you ask me. Why do people say that? If you ask me, but no one ever asked that guy. Funny if you ask me. I'm not gonna ask you. I'm never gonna ask you. Look at that. Christopher, what are you thinking? I'm gonna save it and swig. Because I'm saving it because I'm getting thirsty. So keep talking. Save and swig. Let's see what you're saying. I gotta move Cyclops. Now Cyclops gets moved. D. Brad says, I learned a new thing. Paginate. Famous cartoon that educates things. Yeah, paginate. That's what it's called. I learned that when I was working with Devil's Due, way in the beginning of their company, when they were doing G.I. Joe, before they went to Image, or right around that time. I think they went to Image with after the first issue or something like that. Yeah, I think it was before he went to Image. I was working with G.I. Joe, and we had to paginate the book. And that's where I first learned that term. We had to put together the first 3 issues I worked with, and then I had to do something else. It's true. It's true. It says, I love those 70s easy listening. Yeah, I like it all. I do a lot of top 40 light rock stuff. Like, I listen to everything though, man. I listen to all kinds of stuff. I'm really into punk rock too. I like a lot of punk rock music. I like Never Mind the Bullocks, those guys. And I like I'm really into like Gimme Gimmes, Me First and the Gimme Gimmes. I like a lot of that type of music. It's just fun and energetic. But I'll have different things for when I do different things. But I like disco, techno, dance music for when I paint. But I like all of it, man. I love Vinks, my guy Vinks. I listen to him all the time. I listen to all kinds of stuff, even some Randy Travis now and then, Dolly Parton. I listen to Kenny Rogers. So I'm all over the spectrum, as they say. I'm all over it, man. Your Spotify playlist sound as eclectic as mine. It's good times mixing up genres. Yeah, I got a lot of Motown too. I listen to Motown all the time. I love the Temptations, the Four Tops, of course the Jackson 5, but I think Temptations like my favorite thing. I listen to Smokey and the Miracles. I listen to Diana Ross and the Supremes. I listen to all those things, and I grew up with Motown because my parents were big Motown listeners. So I listen to that. I listen to Marvin Gaye. I listen to a whole bunch of stuff, but I love rocking out. Like I love Smashing Pumpkins. I love like I said, Less Than Jake. I like them. I like I like a lot of stuff. There's so much. I even love Jack Johnson. I saw him in concert. I love Billy Joel. I love a whole bunch of stuff. And I saw in the 90s, I was going to see thrash bands at this place called the Thirsty Whale. It's in Chicago, like the just outskirts in the suburbs. But the bar was off of like in a forest preserve area, and it was right off the highway, right there. Like it wasn't a highway, it was a street. It was a road, but you could go 50 miles an hour. It was like a interstate, I guess. But it was a Thirsty Whale was there, but they had all thrash bands where the guys would yell. Just, you couldn't even hear them sing, but you heard them shouting, but they all had big hair or long hair. It was cool. You got to wear a leather jacket to get in, that kind of place. But I used to go there too, man. I like all kinds of stuff. My son loves your comics. Shayna's here. Good to see you, Shayna. He had collected all of them besides the first one. waiting for the number one to come back in stock. Which one? Number one of all your comics? Because I have number one of all your comics on my website. That's the only one. I'm the only one who has it. You could buy it on my website. It's all on electricmailcomics.com, but you go to the all your comics section and you could buy number one there. And I know that the stores are sold out and everywhere else, but I only have I got less than 100 copies left. So buy two. Easy says, Easy. Hey, Art, how you doing? That's good, Easy. I'm doing pretty good. You know who else is doing good?
And how you doing, Chewbacca?
That's pretty good. Wonder how Christopher Reeve is doing.
See, that's funny. I've never seen garbage eat garbage before.
Yeah, I don't know. These guys are chiming in, man. They're chiming in. People are chiming and dining and dealing and freewheeling. Time for a swig. Swig for Ezzy. Swig for Shayna. Well, that was good. That was delicious. I think my wife's home right now too. I hear movement. I hear movement upstairs. Let's see. Let's color Christopher Daniels' face. Let's ink it. I mean, do some inking. I got more paginating to do later. I'm real excited about this pagination process because it lets me know how many books I have and how many pages I've done. And so I'm at the point where I printed Drew and Jot number 2 on my own, and it's a big book. And I'm almost out of them. I only have maybe 10 left. I know there's less than 20, but I might even only have 10. Something like that. Maybe 20. 20 or less I got left. And the thing I really enjoy about it, like I said, I'm at the point where I want to start making trades of my stuff. And because with the printer, if I do trade paperbacks, there's more of a profit margin for me to print bigger books rather than smaller books. Because the smaller the book, the more money I have to it costs to print. You see? So when I do a bigger book, it seems like the price gets a little easier to maintain and try to make at least a few bucks more per profit, because it's hard to sell it. It's hard to print a comic book, and then it's hard to print a comic book, a 20-page comic, and then I have to charge $10, and that's too much for 20 pages. Where right now I'm trying to make about $2 a book at least, so it can make it worthwhile. Otherwise, but if I'm making less than $1 a book, man, that's hard. Just giving away my books and it's hard. Plus the shipping and all that stuff. So I'm trying to figure it out. So right now my idea was to make bigger books, which I know people don't mind, because you could if you bought an 80-page book for $10, that'd be pretty good instead of buying a 20-page book for $10, But I'm at that point where I'm paginating and just planning. Every time I do this, the plan in my head gets a little more clear. Starting to see clear. A moment of clarity. What do you mean walk the earth? All that kind of stuff enters my mind. So it's a constant thing. If you don't adapt with the comic industry, it's going to pass you up, man. Just like Ferris Bueller said. You don't stop and look around after a while. Time keeps moving. So you got to I'm trying to stay ahead of the curve. What curve, man? See? And there's always those three people. The people who know what's happening, people who wait for things to happen, and people who don't know what's happening. Actually, the first one is people who make things happen, people who wait for things to happen, and people who don't know what's happening. So I want to make things happen before those other things take over, So that's kind of how you have to survive in this comic books. And didn't know it was going to be a life lesson, Baltazar. I know, nobody ever knows. I never know what I'm going to say on this show. Henceforth, famous cartoonist says things. Yeah, great show. He's trying to educate me again, Ma. I'm just laying down laying a smackdown. You smack talking, man. No, I'm just saying stuff, man. Some spitballing live. He's throwing spitballs again. I know, man. All right, we could do this all day. Could do it all day. That's just what I do, man. I do it. Like Cool J would say, doing it. Yeah, he says that. That's a quote. I'm gonna quote him again. Doing it. Yeah. I don't even know what song that is, but now I gotta find it on my Spotify playlist. I'm gonna put that in there. Doing it. Yeah. Look, I inked this without looking. He's all way out of proportion, but I like it. I'm gonna leave it. How about that? How about them apples? You think he said apples? You know, he was the first guy. Who did that? Matt Damon. When he said that, everyone was like, that was so cool. But now everyone says it, and it's dumb. It's a stupid phrase now. So I was going to start saying it until I just thought about it. How about them apples? Ho, ho, ho. You know, that's what people say. Yeah, nice going, Baltazar. You just ruined another phrase. I like it better when you're in the yard and we couldn't hear you. I know. I deleted that recording. I think everything was said in the beginning of this one. See, do I got people? People are still watching. We're still good. Not good for long, Baltazar. I don't know. I like this show because, like, people tell me when they're on, when they're watching me, and people tell me when they have to go. That's kind of special. Not that many people have that opportunity. Give you an opportunity, Baltazar. Like, what should his hair? Should his hair go behind him? See what his beard? That's his beard. That's his 5 o'clock shadow, if you will. His stubble, the stubble zone. I'm gonna do that. Yeah, that's just how it's gonna be. That's the lowest. That's what it's gonna look like right now. You can't draw, Baltazar. I know. Some people think I could, so I just keep doing things. I know when I first tried out, everyone told me to go back to school to learn how to draw. You'll never make it in this business, young man. You're too cartoony to be doing this sort of work. Then everyone at Columbia College told me that I'd have to wait for someone to die to get a job. And they said, you're not going to make it till you're 40. That's what they told me at Columbia College. Nobody understood. Said, I'm not doing that kind of cartooning. Because they were talking about the newspaper strips. But, like, still don't have to wait. But I think I applied for syndication once. I sent in one letter one time. But it wasn't a strip I'm not even drawing now. It was like it had a dinosaur in it. And I never went back and used that dinosaur again, but I was trying to make him my my Mickey Mouse, you know, my mainstream guy, but I never used him. It became the Craze. The Craze did that, and they took over. So this dinosaur guy, I got to find out if I have drawings of him still. I know they're somewhere, but they're probably in my old, like, school artwork papers. But I know he was a dinosaur, and I had him he had a bow tie, and he had like maybe I'm gonna draw him right now. Let me draw him. I'm gonna draw what I'm talking about. I'm gonna draw him right in the corner over here because I remember him. He looked like this. I'm gonna draw him. The very first one I started, I needed like a mascot for my company, for my Electric Mill Comics. He looked kind of like this. But he had a big nose. He looked like this. I still like him though, but he wasn't as iconic. He had the body like this, but he had the big legs. He looked something like this. He had the tail. But I remember his arms. He had a collar like Hanna-Barbera, and he had a big. Maybe it was like this, because he had more detail on his face. Yeah, I remember this. Maybe like this. He was something like this. But I don't know if he had little eyes or his eyes were like this. I think his eyes were like that. But I'm drawing him much better now than I did. But he had hands, and I remember he had gloves. But he had T-Rex hands, but they were small, but they had gloves. He looked something like this, my dinosaur guy. He was like this, and I was trying to make him my. Maybe he had the belly. I was trying to make him my mascot, but it didn't stick. Like I was struggling with him. Like he looks good now, but he was more. I forgot if he had boots on. Maybe he had boots. Yeah, I think he did. I think he had boots. So he was odd looking. He looks cool. Maybe I'll bring him back. That was my very first. I liked this mascot guy, and man, I can't remember his face was like that, but I know he had a big snout. But I'm probably drawing him way better than he looked. But I remember his face being like this. Yeah, this looks way better than he did. I just remember. I should bring him back. I should make him meet. He can meet Looney Loon. I don't know if he should have these. Maybe it curls. Maybe a curly one like that. See, it just adds more. It's got more life. I like the collar because a lot of Hanna-Barbera guys had the tie. That's what I was drawing him like. But I remember drawing it. It was a dinosaur, and he was green. He was like green, like dark green, like almost like regular green. And he had a red tie, and I remember he had boots. I'm not sure if he had boots. I think he did though. Because I remember making the X's on the boots, because I still do that. Like Barney Rubble X. I think he had boots on. This is what he looked like. I even forgot his name. So what if I put dots on him? That might be cool. You don't want to go over detail, but this guy's cool. I like this version of him. You know, I like this kind of, yeah, I like the other way, but I like that. Then he could maybe if I put a hair on him, put some spots, that might be cool. Yeah, he's cool, but it's always the bottom. Like these big legs always mess me up. Like, what if I did like this? Yeah, see, I'm making a new guy right now. He doesn't need the boots. Maybe just shorter legs. But I remember. Oh, you know who I was? I remember being inspired from Walt Simonson's drawing of his signature was a dinosaur. I think that's what might have sparked an idea. Maybe I'll do these. I like the curl. I like the curly ones because it looks like it looks like hair. I don't know if he needs the hands, but I kind of like the gloved hands too. I like. Yeah, I don't know what his name was. I forgot what his name was. But it's like when you do a mascot character, it seems like the smaller, more vulnerable characters are better as a lead character because they're cuter and they got big heads. So I started doing that with the Crays because they were smaller. And when I first made the Crays, they were all different colors like a crayon box. So he's cool. I like this. I'm going to save this. Save. But I forgot what I called him. Maybe his eyes were different. I know they were different. I know he had the big muzzle. And I remember he had these cheeks like this. He had the smile, but maybe his eyes, because I used to draw the eyes like this all the time, real close. And they used to share this space in the middle. There was no line. Yeah, this is what his eyes look like. I remember that now. Like Dirty Dragon almost. And I would draw like this. Even that looks better than what I had. Maybe I had his nose like this. That's probably it. I got to find him. Because something tells me he had a bigger head. Maybe he had a hat. What if I added a hat to him? See, there's all kinds of things. But I know this is not him. This is not what he looked like. But his eyes might have. He looked more like this first one. But it's possible that his eyes were like, I'm going to draw it on different. It's possible his eyes were overlapping because I remember I used to draw eyes like that. I used to draw eyes like this. And then they'd be like Be like that. I used to draw eyes like this all the time. Yeah, I used to draw him like that. That's probably what he was like. I'm guessing that's what it was. That looks more like him. What he used to do. I could put glasses on him too. Yeah, he looks good with glasses too. So I don't know. I'll bring him back. Maybe I'll do a Looney Loon. I want to do a Looney Loon comic because all of the weird guys are in there. I have Dagmar as a dragon. This guy will be a dinosaur. Maybe they could find him floating in ice or something. Something will happen. Something, man. All right, now we're back to our program. Back to our scheduled program. Sweet. I forgot what I named him. I got to name that guy something. Maybe he didn't have a name at all. I don't remember. I don't remember. Because that was before I was fooling around with a mascot type character. Kind of like Action Cat. Something to have for my own company. And my company became Electric Milk Comics back when I was in high school. Or not high school, college. And it's still that way. My company in high school was called Images of Art Comics. But then that got too, it wasn't general enough. Like if you didn't know who I was, then that wouldn't make sense. But if you knew me, Images of Art would say, oh, that's clever because they're your images. Like, oh, that's right. But if you didn't know me, then it doesn't make sense. So I changed it to Electric Milk because that makes a lot more sense. But it's a regular, it's a better name because I was inspired also from John Lennon because he would do names like that, like Plastic Ono Band. And then he would do one of his albums was called Shaved Fish, which is a weird name, but it gives you some kind of weird feeling and image in your head. Shaved Fish. But and Rubber Soul, that was cool. Rubber Soul, meaning the sole of a shoe, but it's the soul of you, like your spirit, Rubber Soul. So I always liked the way John Lennon would name stuff. So I'm like, man, he's cool with that. And so that's what I thought about Electric Milk, because it doesn't make any sense until you see the logo. And I always think once you get a taste of Electric Milk, just taste it. It's an acquired taste kind of thing. It's true. Yeah, we get it, Baltazar. But that's like secret origin. I don't tell that origin story too much. The dinosaur guy just went away. I forgot. I remembered him right now. I don't know why. I remembered him right now. But I got to bring him back. That would be cool. That'd be cool to bring him back like maybe a time machine where he shows up with the original Cray or something. See, that's why I can never finish making comics. Because I keep coming up with these ideas to make more. And I always say, like, I don't always say it, but I said before that I want to start, I want to alleviate the all-nighters. So I'm trying not to do as much stuff because I want to be good in the next few years, so I don't have to like stay up all night and stuff and do these things. But I think all the bulk of my work right now is there. I achieved it, and I get into where like maybe I can just make trade paperbacks, stuff like that. But forgot where I was going. Forgot where I was going. But that kind of stuff is it's cool because maybe I could bring back this guy. Maybe I could bring him back. Well, that's what I was saying. I'm never going to stop making stuff because I keep coming up with more stuff. But when I come up with something, I really want to be able to do it. So I'm working on a lot of lesser pages, like 20-page comics. It's easier to maintain. And then when I get several of those 20 pages comics together, that's when I can do a trade. Know what I mean? Know what I mean, man? Yeah, that's where I'm at, man. I'm letting you guys know what my thinking is. But I will be in San Diego this year. I'm looking forward to it. I just paid for my rooms. My room Just one room. Me and Frank will be sharing. We be sharing. And then I'm going to, after that, I'm going to, right after that, I'm doing this local thing. Like a library, 1 day show. It's like a 2-hour visit or something. That'll be real fun. I'm gonna do that, man. Gonna do it. You guys still watching? There's people here. People are watching. Yeah, we see you. That's fun. I keep doing things. Famous Cartoonist does things. My daughter's working on another, not a different theme song, just another one. I told her I want to be able to play another song. Not instead of, because I like that Famous Cartoonist one a lot. But I said maybe an alternative one, you know. She's working on it with her friend. I said that would be cool. That don't make sense, man. Oh, yes. Right, I got this guy. I got to fix that, see? Look at that. He got beat up too. The bug. I got a few stories with Adventure Bug and Meteorite too. I wrote a few of those, and those I'm hoping to get them out soon. They'd be real fun. They're gonna be real fun to do. They fight Uncle Steve, the radioactive giant space slug. They fight him. Uncle Steve is a menace. And they fight him, which is real funny. But if you know slugs, they're not very fast. So that's how they defeat him. He's not fast at all. But it's a fun book because I don't want to spoil, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be hilarity will ensue. Ensue this, Baltazar. Man, guys are always mad. Always want to ensue things.
I'm home.
Oh, okay, love. I'm here. I'm doing my thing. I'm live showing. My wife is here. Did you hear? She said hello. See, I told you. We're good. She loves me. The wife. Got my honey upstairs. Yeah. Did I say I'm live showing? That's what I'm doing. I'm live showing. I don't always like to call them streams. It sounds weird to me. It sounds like water. So I like to call them live shows. Because during the time when people were all doing live shows, that's what the TV was doing too. So if you watch Ellen DeGeneres, she was also doing this style of show. So like, I'm going to do a show. Famous Cartoonist says things. He does. He says a lot of things. What do you say again, Baltazar? Saying stuff, man. Saying stuff. Do. I want to move this eye. Because see, the eye is touching. I got to move it because it's going to look weird when I color. Yeah, this is a great show, Baltazar. It's nice and boring, just like Andor. I knew you could do it. You know, I don't know who's watching that show, but I did a rant about it already. Not going to be too ranty anymore. Well, I will. I just don't need to watch it. Okay, let me see. I'm going to make this. So when people sit down to make Star Wars, I don't know why they don't read the directions of how to make Star Wars. I heard today they're making a Palpatine show or something. I just saw people's videos stating that, but I didn't look into it yet. But I'm going to investigate because I heard there's a Palpatine and Plagueis show or something, which would be cool if it kind of ties into the Alkalite. Like if it references Alkalite but doesn't continue, or they mention it, or they kill all those characters from the Alkalite. If it ties in somehow, that would be kind of cool. because I know people hated that show, but it would be fun. I enjoyed the show, but yes, it could have been better, just like everything. But if this Palpatine show references that, that would be a cool. Then it would say, okay, man, don't be mad. It was canon, but yeah, we acknowledged that it was bad, so we did it. But I enjoyed it. There was a lot of cool stuff in there. I like the slow-mo, what do you call those swords? Lightsaber fights. They were cool. But I didn't like the twin girls. It was kind of, I was waiting for them to get interesting, but they never happened. They were just okay. The most interesting thing was when she bled the lightsaber red. I thought that was cool. There was a lot of things in it, like the Catorsis, that armor. All that stuff was from canon, like the comic books and stuff. So there's a lot of cool stuff that people don't recognize. They were all mad that the witches, but I think what could have saved that show is the witches in the beginning, or when they had the force, but they call it the thread. It would have been cool. All they needed to do really is to get people on their side, is to make those witches the witches of Dathomir witches. And that would have been cool because it would have tied into Ahsoka. There's no reason why they couldn't do that, because it wouldn't have messed up canon or anything. And man, if they did that, that would have been pretty amazing. And if the witches of Dathomir created a virgin in the Force, it would have made more sense, because they created Darth Maul that way, or the Darth Maul's brothers. You know, it would have been cool, but I don't know why they didn't do that. It's probably because different writers, someone else writing it. But imagine if that was something, because they gotta take Star Wars and look at what they have, look at the characters they have, and they have to look at the stories in canon that's already there and expand on that. Don't try to invent new stuff that destroys the old stuff, you know? It's kind of what they did. It's what they did with the sequels too, you know? They should have went with it. They should have took that Last Jedi and just went with that. See what comes next. Don't change it. Just go with that. That would have been more interesting than the Skywalker movie. But it's what would happen. It's always if, ands, or buts. What if? But, you know. But that would have been cool. But it's not what happened. So you got to go with what happened. Go with this, Baltazar. I know, man. That guy, the critic's always mad at me. He's never going to be happy. But so I know Star Wars could be disappointing. Everything they did could have been better. But it does not ruin my day. I still watch it. I still enjoy most of it. I enjoyed the shows. But I'm thinking, oh, okay, they went that way with this, but that could have been better. But whatever. Whatever, man, whatever. You don't sound like a true Star Wars fan here, Baltazar. I know I am, man. I love it. I love the Star Wars. Why'd you say that? So George Lucas called it the Star Wars. He called it the Star Wars Chronicles or something of Luke Skywalker. Journal of the Wills. I'm a fan of that. Star Wars, nothing but Star Wars. Please don't sing. Here's a super chat if you stop singing. I can't get super chats yet, man. I don't know how people do that. But I'm not worried. Not here to take super chats. I'm here to draw. Talking about paginations. Talk about Star Wars. Famous Cartoonist says things. That's the name of the show. And people are like, what do you talk about? I was like, I don't know. I just say things. You talk for the whole 2 hours? I go, yeah, usually. Am I there yet? 1:35. Feels good. You know what's weird too is every time I do a show like this, I'm always starving at the end. I don't know what it is. It's like when you go swimming. I'm real hungry at the end of both of those activities. And after this, man, I'm always starving, dehydrated. But I start my morning with some exercise. We call it exercise. So I do that. Not like exorcism. I could use that too now and then, but not today. I'm good today. What's he mean? He's talking about this weird stuff. I'm like, I know. Don't get me banned, man. Now I'm cool. And I stopped playing a lot of music on here because I get struck. Even when I just play my Yogs theme. Yogs, the video that Paper Cuts made for me. I get struck when I play it. Isn't it weird? That's okay. I made my own. I made my own theme. I'm going to save it. I'm going to save what you guys are saying. I'm going to see what you guys are saying. You guys are commenting on things I should know about. There's things being said here. I got to find my mouse. Here it is. Let me read things. Let me see what people are saying. Ezzy is here. Ezzy. You don't remember Ezzy? Ezzy said earlier. Hello, Art. How you doing? Ezzy also says, speaking of John Lennon, like an hour ago, I listened to the Beatles for the first time. Wow. I thought they were pretty good. I heard the Beatles 67 to 70, 2003 edition. Oh, that's cool, man. Yeah, the Beatles are probably the best rock band ever. And they inspired everybody. Even if people say, Beatles suck, I hate them. It's like, yeah, but you couldn't have a lot of bands without the Beatles coming first. So swing to the Beatles. Respect the Beatles. Yeah, man, you'll like them. I got a lot of favorite Beatles songs. My favorite album is Rubber Soul. Rubber Soul is my favorite album. And I like Abbey Road a lot. But Beatles album, Rubber Soul is the best. In my famous cartoonist opinion, that's my favorite album. And I could listen to that all the time. And Norwegian Wood is one of my favorite songs. And so is I Just Seen the Face, I Can't Forget the Time, Both Places We Doesn't. But I don't know if that's on that album. I think it's on a different album. But it's good. And then Philip A. Buck says, I'm digging the dinosaur guy. I think I recalled Walt Simonson's signature coming from originally going to school for paleontology and archaeology. This could be the Simon source. Ooh, maybe his name is Simon. That's pretty cool. So he's a Simon Soar. His name's Simon. Maybe I'll call him Walter. That'd be cool too. Or just name him Walter Simonson. Having grown up with Star Wars, Young Jedi Knight books, I still miss Jason and Jaina and Lobaka and Tino Kot. Yeah, I know all those guys, man. I really wish Disney went with that way. And you could wrap all that up in a movie or two, you know, and just start out like that and just go in that direction. That would have been good. I don't know why they didn't do that. And of course, Mara Jade, yeah, they could have went with that because now it seems like Disney's playing catch up with Star Wars, like this Darth Maul show. The treatment of it is where Darth Maul trains Darth Talon. You guys remember a few years ago, man, maybe 20 years ago, a long time ago, when Dark Horse was doing Star Wars, they had this book with Cade Skywalker, who was like Luke Skywalker's grandson. But Cade was a bounty hunter, and he didn't acknowledge the Force. He didn't like it. He was like a non-believer, even though he had the powers, but he used it when he had to, but he didn't. Like, I know the story along, like eventually he started using it, and Luke's Force Ghost would talk to him. That was real cool. But his partner in there, I don't know if they were lovers or just partners or people that you knew, but Darth Talon was in there too. I can't remember if she was the bad guy or hung out with him because he was more like, he wasn't really a good guy or bad guy. He was more like a bounty hunter. But I remember that, and that's what they should do with this new Star Wars. Like, got this Starfighter movie that nobody knows what it is. But what if what's that what's his name? Gosling? I was gonna call him Ryan Griswold, but Gosling is in it. But what if he's playing Cade Skywalker? That would be amazing I think that's why maybe they didn't announce it, what he is. But they said he's in it, but he plays the lead. Hopefully what if it's Cade Skywalker? They would course correct this whole thing. But man, they got to do that. It was so good. You're drawing up on that. You're drawing up an appetite. Yeah, man, I am. Walter. Simon Walterson. That's a good name. Yeah, I got to find a picture of that that dinosaur, and then I'll find it because I have a box somewhere. When I moved from mom and dad's house for the first time, I put all my stuff in a box. So there has to be a box there because I find boxes of my old college stuff and drawings and sketches and sketchbooks and paintings and stuff that I did back then. And this dinosaur guy, I remember making business cards and flyers. I made a resume with him on it, and it was like a resume flyer, like for myself to get jobs, and it was cool. And he was on there, but I don't think I've ever gave him a name. I don't know. I can't remember because he just kind of faded away. I just never used him again, which I want to use him again. Yeah, he was cool. That was good, right? Yeah, I'm going to draw a little bit more. I'm going to finish this page, and then we're going to go back to selfie mode. It's not selfie mode, man. See, what I did was I ignored my own pencils. See, the pencils went around this. Maybe I should do that. Make the buildings bigger. Yeah, right? That will look better, I think. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it right now. Let me see. I'm going to have to do... Because it was a reason why I drew it, and it made more sense. But I don't want to cover up. Should I make them bigger? I don't need to. But this purple might look cool. I think I did it because these, usually I make those hurting lines white. If I do like this, it might look better. You know. Maybe. No, I don't like it. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, that's good because it doesn't make them look like giants. City's a little closer. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. That was a cool promo, man, with the Cena and Kobe. Yeah, it's Kobe. Is his name Kobe? Is it Kobe? That don't sound right. Corey? Forget his name now. That's one thing that's happening to me, man. I'm forgetting things. I'm forgetting people's names. I'm forgetting things. I'm forgetting what things are called. I don't know. But maybe this dinosaur guy had a name and I forgot what it was. That's kind of scary. That's not happening. I'm okay. Don't be concerned. Balthazar forgets things. You better change the name of your show. Famous Cartoonist Forgets Things. Famous Cartoonist Forgets Things. Famous Cartoonist Remembers Things. That's a bad name for a show, Balthazar. See, always spitball. This show is designed for my warm-ups. Spitball and warm-ups. We never know what's going into the final cut. D. Brad don't always make the final cut. D. Brad, I saw your picture of Jamie's guy, barbarian guy, the blue scar. That was cool. We gotta have Jamie on again too. Jamie likes being on my show, and I enjoy it. I like when Jamie's on there. Jamie's on your show. Jamie's gonna be on your show. Yeah, just wrote that right now. I have several songs that I want to record that I have snippets of on my phone. I have snippets when I'm thinking of them. Wherever I am, I could break out in music. I could break out in a song. It's very spontaneous. The only thing bad is I sing and play all the music. But that's okay. I'm going to do it. I learned if I don't do it, no one will. I'm running out of air again. I'm good. You got to take a breather, Balthazar. All right, I like that. Now I'm going to add some clouds to this. The clouds are cool because when I color them, I just color them solid white. Like silhouettes. Silhouette, if you will. What do you mean by silhouette? I know my friend Yahudi, but he's not really a Silahudi. I should make a Silahudi of Yehudi. And give it to him. Here, this is Silahudi of Yehudi. Hey, man, that's insulting, but it's funny, too. I know. Silahudi of Yehudi. It's not insulting. It's only insulting of what shape you make the Silahudi. Hey! This guy looks cool, this dinosaur guy. Yeah, well, I like his name, Walter. I bet he had a name like that. I know there's sketches of him somewhere because I met him. I made a few comic strips. I don't know where they are. I gotta find them, but I'm sure that I know I made comic strips because I auditioned. I sent them to the syndication. I don't think I heard back, or I might have, but it was a rejection letter, of course. He said, "We want to pay $1 million for this Walter dinosaur." I forget what his name was. Watch me come up with a name and then find the papers, and then he had a better name. But I'll just, if that comes up, I'll just have a story where he changes his name. You can't do that. I might do that. All right, let's see. Look at this. This is good. It's an inked page complete. I'm going to put the dots so I could eliminate them later. I'm going to name this something. Dun, 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 dun. All right, I'm going to put these dots here because then I eliminate them. Eliminate them when it's inking time. I choose this color and delete it. After I color all the rest. You gonna color this, Baltazar? Man, that was a middle finger you just showed me. I can't color that. All right, let's see. Now I'm going to eliminate. I'm going to save it. Swig. I'm saving Swig. I'm going to eliminate the lines and you'll see how clean this is going to look. Look at that. Look at him. He's wrestling the look. He's squeezing the bug's foot. You see those lines? Ow, ow, ow. He's squeezing them. Then he throws them and he smashes into Action Cat. Like, hey, oof. I could move him a little closer, but that's not bad. Maybe I should. Nah, it's good. I'm going to leave it. It's when to switch sides. Christopher, what are you doing? What are you doing? Hey, man. Where are your friends? We're good guys. Daniel's feet, his hands look a little big, but you know what? I'm going to leave them. That's what I made. You look weird, Baltazar. It's all right. I'm going to do it. Now I'm going to save them. And I'm going to, what's still saving? Well, I got to export it. Then I export it to, so I could color it. I got to make sure it's in my right spot. I want to show you guys something. I just saw it on here. I want to show you guys something that is kind of cool. Maybe I should show you that first. Yeah, I'm going to show you something first. Watch this. No, I can't because I'm exporting right now. Let me see. Because if I export it, it's going to be confused. Hey, man, what are you doing? But I got to export this first. Then I'm going to show you something cool. It's going to be something revealed right here. No one knows what's happening right now. I'm trying to find it where this goes. Comics. Comic, there it is. Then it goes to the trades. Oh, here it is. Bad Influence. Used to be called a Bad Influence. Then they were to SoCal. All right. Saved it. Now watch this. I'm going to bring up something. I'm not going to show you the finished cover with the colors, but I am going to show you the cover with the inks and stuff. You guys ready? I don't know if you could take this. Hopefully you could. Let's see, is this it? No. No, that's not it either. Here it is. Is that it? This is it. Wow, look at this. Right now, this is the cover so far with the words on it. But watch this. You guys ready for this? No one's even saying a thing. You guys want to see it? You watch this. I'm going to add things. Look at it. It's coming together. This is a book called Moon Happy Sunrise. This is just the inks, but I've already colored it and I finished the cover, but I don't know if it's going to be the final cover I use. The inks will be fine, but the coloring might change. Look at this. What do you guys think? Moon Happy Sunrise. This is a story about these astronauts. Moon Happy Sunrise is the one in the middle. That's her in the middle. And then this guy's a red, or this guy's a green guy. I forgot what his name is, but I got it written down. It's in the story. But one guy's name's like, her name is Sunrise. One guy's name is Twilight, and one guy's name is Moon. I think Evening or something like that. But this guy's going to be green. This guy's going to be red. But look at that. This is one of my new books I'm working on, and it's in the same universe as Drew and Jot. Look at that. I just made this probably a few weeks ago, but I finished the cover. But this is fun, man. I'm working on this, and I'm gonna make this into short 20-page books, but then eventually collect it. It'll be on my website. All that good stuff's gonna happen. And I want to show you, see if I got the characters. Because right now I'm working in Manga Studio, so I don't have Photoshop open. But I'm showing you what the characters look like. Let's see if I got them here. What is this? What is this? Characters 1, characters 2. Here, let's see what this one is. Is this the one? Yeah, this is it. Check this out. Here's the characters. These are the characters. There's Jupiter Coffee Glee. I don't know. Maybe that was a name I was throwing around. But Lunar Sugar Twilight is the green one. And then Moon Happy Sunrise is going to be the yellow one. And here's some of the robot friends. Here's Monday. Here's Tuesday. Here's Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Friday is an alien. They get to use an alien on Fridays. Here's the bad guys. Here's Broober. And there's Sniker Zeke. And here's the other. Here's the red guy. Midnight Starry Sunset. That's his name. So they all have different names. They're astronauts. They're astronauts. And let me see. I have more. These are just the characters. This one has some too, but I don't know what's on this one. Oh, this is a map. I drew a map. This is kind of fun. So here they are at the finish line. But this was supposed to be for a library was doing a reading map where you would start on Earth. You would start here on the moon, and you would read a book and take the ship to this planet. And then on this planet, you would read another book. Then you would take this to this planet, and you would read that one. Then you take the 3 and you get here. And every time you land on this planet, you get a sticker to add to your like chart. And then over here, boom. And then you get this one, and there's aliens here. And then you would take it to number 5. And then you would take it all the way to number 6 where you meet these other aliens. So every time you did a book, you would go to another planet. And this is the solar system. Or this, I think there was 9. Yeah, there was 9 planets and then 10. Or maybe, I think I made them up. I can't remember. Yeah, I made them up because look, there's 3 rings. Here's Earth. Number 3 was Earth. You go back home to Earth. And it was cool. And then you go to this ice planet was the last one. And then you end up on this sun. It wasn't the sun. It was a water planet or something. But this was real cool. And the Schomburg reading map. And it was for the library. But then they told me no, they didn't want to do it. We were all set to do it until they said we changed our mind. But this was going to be an ongoing thing for me. I was going to do this for the Schomburg Library. But then they said no. So I don't know if it was me, but that's fine. People change their mind all the time. But these are the characters I made for the game. And then I said, hey, man, I don't want that to go to waste because these were fun to do. And it had something to do with like the days of the week. Whenever they read, they can use a different robot. But I didn't know how that was going to go in and play. So this guy, they were all robots. Then this guy, Thursday, his name is, he's a cyborg. He's an alien cyborg robot. He's part robot. And then this guy, he was total alien. But this guy had rocket parts. See, his bottom half was a blaster, but he had tentacles and he had antenna. But these guys were fun. But these astronaut kids are cool. And they're the colors of stoplights, where yellow one is cautious and the red one is negative. He doesn't want to do anything. And the green one is, let's go, let's go. The green one's called Lunar Sugar Twilight, Moon Happy Sunrise, and then their buddy, Midnight Starry Sunset. But I think they're all brothers and sisters. I think they're two brothers. Moon Happy is actually, she's the girl, yellow, and then the other two are brothers. So I think that's cool. But this is the cover. It's official. I'm making this comic book, but I don't know when. I just one of my many projects. One of my many projects, man, that I'm going to read comments. I saved it. I'm going to read comments. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Almost lost the mouse. I was disconnected for a moment. Disconnected. But before then, we're going to see. Right now, I'm going to show you the Yogs trailer I made that I don't get copyright struck when I show. Let's go. Oh, yeah, man. That was cool. Thanks for joining me back. I'm back. Look, Deep Red says, yes, that was fun to draw that blue scar. And yeah, man, you guys are ready to see my cover. He says, show it. Let's go. Hope you guys liked it. It's going to be real fun. Moon Happy Sunrise takes place in the Drew and Jot universe, so there might be some crossovers. I might spin it off from a Drew and Jot episode. That's probably what it'll be. And then at the end, it'll say, follow them in their own story, because my next Drew and Jot comic is going to be a bunch of short 20 pagers where Drew and Jot starts meeting different characters in my Oh Yeah Comics universe. In the first one, he meets Action Cat, but Action Cat is reading his story, so they cross over that way. But I want to get them where my characters get turned into the comic, but it's just a kid drawing them. So we find out that Andrew and Foz, they read all your comics, so they start putting the superheroes. They start making them where they meet Drew and Jot. So it'll be fun. Oh yeah, Famous Cartoonist adds things. Hell yeah, man! I add all kinds of stuff. I like it. I like it a lot. I like it. It's good. Then he says, "I have to go now. You have to go vote. Today is federal election in Canada." Oh, you're a good man, sir. Yeah, man, vote for the good one. Do it, man. You guys are, it's an important day. Go out there and do your thing. That looks very interesting. I like it. Ezzy's. Awesome. Thank you, Ezzy. And hey, I remember you talking about Moon Happy Sunrise. Cool. Yeah, I'm working on it. I'm working on a little a day. I have most of these things drawn in my sketchbook. So it's just a matter of transferring to the digital page and getting them ready. Henceforth, the paginating. I've been paginating a lot of things, which is cool. It's cool. So I was about to say, isn't it the one with the little robots in the map? But then you showed the robots in the map. So cool. Yeah, that's the one, man. Maybe I'll put a map in there. Maybe I'll make it interactive somehow. Not sure. I got to figure out what the robots are. But somehow the characters can only use a designated robot based on what day of the week it is. So I think, and they have like, remember Scud, the disposable assassin? So if you needed him to murder somebody, you would go to the vending machine and you'd buy the Scud robot, and then you program him. Like, I need this. You would get, I forgot what it was. If it was a selection, what do you need him to do? But you can hire an assassin through a vending machine. So I'm thinking of something like that where they have a box and they have to unlock it, but the other days of the week are locked. They can only unlock one at a time. And at the end of the day, his battery gets low. He has to go back, but it takes a week to charge or something like that. You know, that would be real fun, I think. Yeah, I'm going to do something like that. B Things says, how do you balance getting all of your different projects done? I don't know, man. I just do every day. Like today, you just saw me ink a page for wrestling. I'm going to, after this, I'll take a break and I'll come back and ink more pages. But then I have to paginate. And I'm paginating and I'm reprinting a few comics. I'm going to send Giro Man to the printer again. And Meteorite #1. I have to reprint that one because I'm out. I got like 3 or 4 copies left on my site. So I'm going to reprint Meteorite #1 by thinking about making a new cover. So if I make a new cover, maybe I could be more exciting. I don't know, maybe. Or keep the same one. Just keep it consistent and save the new cover for the trade or something like that. I don't know. Or I could just print the whole thing in a trade. But I have a lot of copies of issue 2 and 3 left. So I like to make more #1 so I could, if someone wants to buy all 3, then I'll have enough to sell the set, you know. But I'll probably only print like 50. Then I'll probably only print like 50 Giro Mans. Maybe 100 Giro Mans because he sells out fast. And it's #1. And I'm making Giro Man 2. So I don't know how I keep up with the projects. Every day I just do stuff. I just do stuff all day and all night. And right now I don't have any deadlines that are stressing. So I just stay up all night usually. I lose track of time half the time. Hey, man, he said time twice. I lose track of time half the time. So the other half of time means that I keep track of time. But that's not true. I was watching a baseball game, and the catcher reacted in a way where the announcer said he reacted almost immediately. And I was watching it with my daughter, and she said, almost immediately. That means he did not react immediately. I go, no, but it was almost immediate. So he can't react immediately if there was a few seconds before he could react immediately. So that's why I said, whatever I just said reminded me of that. Almost all the time. No, almost keeping track. I don't know, man. But it's cool. You guys need to see this guy one more time. How's that? Okay, is he in focus yet? There he is. It's kind of in focus. Hello, everybody. Hello, Charlie Brown. This is cool, man. On the bottom, it says 1950, it says. Whoa. 1950. I thought it said 1960, but now I got some light on there. Wow, that's cool. 1950. Then it says 50. It says 50-66. So I don't know what the 66, but 1950. So this is cool, man. This is an old piece. I wish I knew what else they made like this. I would buy them all. I would get them all. But Charlie is cool. Charlie Brown is cool. Yeah, man. Keep following me when you see me, guys. I'm going to keep making comics. I'll do a show. I'm doing a show tomorrow with Joe live from Skokie. And I don't know if you saw her. If you're there tomorrow, man, tune in. You'll see this. You'll hear this little jingle.
Live from the shop. Yeah.
You like that? My daughter made that, and we'll be doing a live show. We usually go on about 6 or 7 o'clock. We do it live from the show or shop, live from the shop, and we show like that. A lot of S and H. Live from the shop, and we show all the books coming out on Wednesday. We're going to promote Free Comic Book Day. Hello, love. Yeah, I'm live. You want to say hello? No, I'll be done. I'm going to be up right now. See, I'm closing up. See, it's because wife probably made me food or something. Probably something like that. Or my coffee or something. But remember those things, man. I'm glad you guys hung out with me today. Thank you for joining me here today. Remember those things. No fighting, no crying. Be nice to each other. Do the things that make you happy. Before we go, Joe has something to say.
That's a wrap. Yagums.
You guys are awesome. See you later. Okay, bye-bye.
Art.
Oh yeah! 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 Oh yeah!
Famous cartoonist says things.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Famous cartoonist draws things.